We'll be going over a lot of research material tonight. So I'm going to throw up the copyright disclaimer so the channel is protected. Tonight we're going to have an open panel, but for right now we're going to just get the education in. So tonight we're talking about the moral compass and what that means to a lot of us. So the reason why I thought that this would be a great topic tonight, and I was going to push this off until like next week, and I worked very hard on getting the information, is because I think we lost our way. I don't understand what's going on. This world is crazy. The people's crazy. We crazy. The YouTube streets is crazy. It's like we have a new normal now. We have a new normal. That ain't normal. I mean, like for real, for real. Like, what's going on in people's heads and people's hearts? I don't understand why people feel that pushing the envelope, dissing each other, and that's fun? For real? I mean, like, who's teaching us now? Where's the elders at? Where is people of integrity at? It's like somebody throws a stone and you want to throw 10 back. I mean, like, I understand defending yourself, but y'all done forgot where y'all came from. So I'm here to remind you where you came from. Hey, baby. Hi, wise woman. So glad that you came in the door. Love you, boo. So we're going to get into it. What is this morality? What is your moral compasses? I think we forgot what our moral compass is. So I'm going to be here to help you and remind you to trigger something in your mind. So let's get it. What is your moral compass? It's an inner sense of what is right from wrong. It's what guides you within. What do you consider appropriate behavior? Because I know that it stands on your integrity, forgiveness, compassion, and taking responsibility. That's what your moral compass is supposed to do. So how did we lose sight of that? And why is that important so right now? Because everybody done lost their damn minds. In the words of a content creator I watch, they just running amok. Where's your morals at? No judgment, no heat. But you got to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything, you know? So I just wanted to bring that up. Like I said, this is going to be an open panel tonight for discussion when we get into the principles. But I want to bring you back through a history lesson so you can understand where the foundation came from. All right? Because us as melanated people, we are a feeling people. We are a believing people. We have a moral compass. I just think that y'all done dropped that shit and kicked it under the bed somewhere. Y'all need to find that joint and pick it up and dust it off. Like, for real. Like, what are y'all doing to each other out here? Let me give you this history lesson. Everybody is running amok. Running amok. That is the basis and the foundation. Hey, Lady K, thank you so much for coming, doll. We're talking about the moral compass tonight. And everybody's running amok. Everybody done forgot where they came from. We had the foundations of our morality as a melanated people back in Kemet, Egypt. Primordial, meaning prehistoric, before time. The god Atum, saying it wrong, Atum Ra, all right, was the first creator, first god in ancient Egypt. And he came out of the waters of none. What that meaning is that he came out of darkness, chaos, and he was created to bring the light unto the earth, because there was no people as of yet. But in order to do that, he also had to create a sense of stability and order in this world. And so I wanted to share that foundation, because in our moral compass, we don't realize that we've already had the law of the land. We had a basis of morality before the time began. And y'all have lost sight of that. Y'all are running amok in these streets. No judgment, no heat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does them. But I'm saying that we have a foundation. And everybody done forgot where they came from. If you don't know what your history is, you're going to fall for anything. You need to get back to basics to realize who you are. Now, I don't want to be all preachy. Like I said, tonight is going to be an open panel. When we get into the 42 affirmations of the energy of Ma'at. Before there was a Goddess Ma'at, there was the energy of Ma'at, which is what it was called in the land. A code of morality. So I'm going to give you some more information. I'm going to run this copyright disclaimer again. So that way, like I said, this is researched information. let's get into some more information in regards to our, our primordial like I said, the energy of Ma'at was the law of the land. That's what guided our moral compass. And I think that we all forgot, including myself. So I just wanted to bring this topic to light because we really, really need to sit down and discuss it. Like I said, we're going to have an open panel. I'm only going to cover 12 of the 42 laws of Ma'at for affirmation. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down and we're going to talk about it. Okay? So I don't want to take up all the time sucking up the energy in the atmosphere. I'm here to have an interaction with y'all and see what y'all think and what your ideals are. Okay? So let's get into it, okay? So let me get rid of this banner. And we're just going to flow natural. Just flow real natural, feel at home. This is home, everybody. You can kick back and relax. This is a safe space, a very safe space. So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna drop the link. See if I could do this. And we're gonna have an interactive conversation. Okay. I think I'm doing this right. Oh, thank you so much, love. I'm trying to pin this link so I'm new at this. I'm gonna try. Okay, I copied the link like they said for me to do. And okay, I got it. I see it now. It's coming back to memory. Okay, here's the link for anybody who wants to pop up. And then we'll get into the first. There we go. For anybody who wants to come up on the panel, please, by all means, do. All right, let's get into the first one. Let's get into the first affirmation. I honor virtue. I honor virtue. This is an affirmation of morality. This is what the law of the land was that you had to follow, that you honor the virtue that you have. What does virtue mean to you? To me, it seems as though, to me, it means that you honor virtuous living, real living, clean living. Um, not no backbiting. You're just like very virtuous. So what does it mean to you? All right, my thank you, doll. All right. I'm waiting for y'all to answer me. What do y'all chime in? What do you think that I honor virtue is? Okay, nobody wants to talk, but all right, that's fine. You know, that's fine. That's okay. Like I said, I want to give you a foundation of what the affirmations are for the energy of my art, the things that we should be standing on, the things that we should be doing in order to live a better life instead of fighting, scrapping, scratching, or whatever you guys want to call it. There's a way that you can meditate these things into your life. That's why we're going to do it 12 at a time until we reach the 42. Then after that, we're going to jump into the other 42 confessions. So it's a balance of light and dark. So right now we're covering the light just to give an inkling at this time in this world right now. This is what we need to remember our foundation. So let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, like I said, this is a safe space, everybody. I am not for any nonsense. We're here to learn something together. I learn from you. You know what I'm saying? You learn from me. We can exchange energies and thoughts and stuff like this. This is what this platform is all about. That's why it's called Blended Healing, because we're all in here together to talk about this kind of stuff. I don't like what I see. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like the energy of it. That's why it's important to go back and understand the foundational energy before the world was known, before it was known, before time came in. This is the foundation of the land. The Egyptians were extremely spiritual people, and all other religions were based upon the Egyptians' religion, Kemet. So, as melanated people, we are very proud people. All of this other stuff was all based and derived from us, our lands, our people, rich people in the mind and in the spirit. It didn't matter what your walk of life was in Egypt. Everybody was treated equal before they got into the egotism. In the beginning, everybody was equal. And if you didn't, and if you treated anybody out of pocket, baby, you would be in so much crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moral compass has moved, the line has shifted. We take on so much stuff that, that people just allow the boundaries to keep being pushed. Like, this is the new normal. Like, for real, for real. So I honor virtue. I honor people who, and I truly do believe this, that I honor people who are virtuous, people who stand for something, people who will stand for the right things, because we all know what's right and wrong. Come on now. We all know that. We were given that a little bit of foundation anyway, the majority of it. Hey, Chiquita. Hey, boo. Thanks for coming in. So we were all given this opportunity. So let's get it. What was the second thing? Second energy we were given as a foundation. I benefit with gratitude. We hear this all the time. Gratitude is the basis of everything. You have to be thankful for everything you have. Not only that, you have to be grateful because you have to understand that what you create is your own reality. Your own reality is what you create. This is an open panel night. Please be aware that you can jump up here on the panel with me. We can have a discussion about some things. I'm just giving some background on some of the Ma'at energy that we were given, our moral codes, our compass, our foundation. So everything is through gratitude. Everything that you receive is through gratitude, whether it is something that is tangible or spiritual. Everything is gratitude. You have to understand that the power is within. We are our own gods, our own goddesses. We have the spirit within us to do whatever we want. But we have to be thankful too. If somebody gives you something or somebody does something for you, be grateful for that. Don't take advantage for that. People just assume that, it's okay. I'm just going to take from people. And, I'm not, it's because, they supposed to do it. Not really. Not really. The only thing that, that we supposed to do right now is stay black and die. That's what we supposed to do. Stay black and die. Move on to another land, another dimension. So people really got it twisted. People got it twisted. Everybody expects the finest things. Everybody expects to have, everybody expects to have, your attention. Everybody expects to have your loyalty. No, be grateful for the people that are around you who want to stand in a gap for you. Everybody benefits from gratitude. If you're grateful for everything that you have, do you know what a better world we would have if everybody just stood in that? Just sit in that for a minute. Benefit with gratitude. Sit in that. I mean, what does gratitude mean to you? Everybody sees things differently. Everybody has different lenses that they view the world in. But at the end of the day, the basis is that you definitely would have to, stand on gratitude. Be grateful for things that you have. Be grateful for the people that you have around you who actually really care about you and love you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's texting me. I apologize. If you hear that dinging, that's what that is. But I just wanted to let you know that everybody benefits from gratitude. Number three is I am peaceful. Not everything's your fight. Not everybody you need to fight with. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you create your own reality. So you're sitting up here and you're being everything else but peaceful. So anything outside of that is what? Peace relies on love. Love is what? Love is one of the two emotions in this world. You have love and you have fear. Everything else underneath that is all different types of emotions, feeling words, feeling energies. If you have the energy of peace, what can you do to make your world more peaceful? What can you shed to get rid of that? What can you shed? If you shed the things that no longer serve you, your life is already starting in the progression of being peaceful, of peace. People just keep saying the word, I just want to have peace. I just want to have peace. I just want to have peace. But what are you actually doing to achieve that? What are you doing? Everybody wants to just bring everything to the altar and just drop it down. You know what I'm saying? Just drop it down at the altar and say, just give it up and just say, I just leave it here and I want to get up and I just want to walk away with peace. But you know what everybody else does? Everybody says they want the peace. They drop it at the altar, and when they get up, they take it back with them. So what is that achieving? Nothing. You say you want it, but do you really want it? Do you want to put the work in for it? Do you want to put the work in? Do you want to invest in yourself to make yourself peaceful? Have you ever even thought about the fact that if you're peaceful, that everything around you will be? That's in your world that you created? Have you even thought about that? I need you to sit in that for a minute because you don't have to deal with none of this. YouTube, guess what? It's an app. You click it off. You hear some stuff on the TV you don't want to hear about, what? Guess what? You click it off. It's an electronic. You understand? If you don't want to hear the outside screaming and yelling, guess what? Now electronics is a good thing because you could put your earbuds in your ears and that's it. You put music on. My sister Ma'at over here, she's a big proponent of healing with music, as I know some of y'all are too. I started this live with music to raise the vibration in here before we even started. We are fighting so much stuff in these streets, man. It's ridiculous. We got kids killing people. You got mothers killing kids. You got friends killing friends. You got people threatening each other to roll up for what end? Like to what end? But y'all want to sit up here and talk about I want peace. All right. So this is the challenge to you. You want to say it? You want to talk about it or you going to be about it? That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave that right there. Number four. I respect the property of others. if somebody else gets something, right? And you really like that or covet it, that's what they call coveted, that you want it so bad for yourself. People go out there and snatch people's shit. I mean, like, for real, you be sitting in your car, you had a light, somebody roll up and say, give me that. And they take your shit. They take your phone, they snatch your chain, anything. You know what I'm saying? So we live in that type of world today. But you don't have to be that world. You can be in this world, but not be of this world. Respect and be happy of other people's property, man. They worked hard for their things. Those people who get it the right way. You know, no harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? No judgment here. You get your money the way you get your money. But I'm saying, but you respect other people's property too. If you have somebody's house, don't go in there and be all disrespectful going into their house. That's including, and I'm going to even bring it even deeper than that. That's even including going on somebody's platform. That's their house. That's their property. Who are you to come in their door and tell them what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing? That's your opinion, but that's their house. If you don't like it, like I told you, click off. Go about your business. Everybody got a life outside of this. We just trying to survive. We trying to get some entertainment, some knowledge, some something, just to enhance our lives. But you got to respect somebody's house, man. You got to respect it. You got to stand on that. How are we showing our kids how to respect other people if we sitting over here rah-rah and everywhere we go? You know what I'm saying? What kind of example is that? People think that, you know, you teaching your kids and they just walk up and just take things that they want. Stealing. Like for what? For what? Like, what are you doing? Respect others people's property, okay? Number 5, I affirm that all life is sacred. All life is sacred. It doesn't matter where your standing is. All life is sacred. All the elements together create life. You have the air, okay? It's alive. The reason why I say that is because our breath is our connection to our higher selves and source creator. That's why I say that. Air is sacred. It's life. The earth, the trees, the dirt, it's alive. Where do you think we get our food from? That's life. It's sacred. The fire, how we staying warm. You know, how are we using that fire to help? How are we cooking our food with fire? That's sacred. And let's not forget the water. Oh my God. The water is the most important thing that we have on this earth, and people just take it for granted. We just take it for granted. We have all the elements at our disposal, all of the animals, insects, all of these things play a part in this world right now to help us survive. All life is sacred. Like I was just telling you, people are killing each other left and right over bullshit. Over bullshit. For real. Taking a life. Can you just put your head around that? Taking somebody's life. Somebody who could possibly be on this 3D land until 100 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old, and you snuff their life out, their light. You snuff it out. Like it ain't nothing. Like somebody just grabbed, oh, so and so got killed on the block the other day. What? Yeah. And just go on and talk like that was just a piece of news. Like for real, for real. People stabbing, people are stabbing. I'm sorry, I'm listening to the wildlife outside. I talk about that, and I'm hearing some really crazy noise outside my window right now. But all life is sacred, all life. And know that your karma for not abiding by that is you probably going to suffer some type of the same fate. So I want you to understand that, affirm that all life is sacred. It doesn't matter where you stand in this world, all life is sacred. Number 6, I give offerings that are genuine. That means no attachments. You don't give something to somebody to brag about it later on. If you're going to give somebody an offering, when I talk, usually I would say, may I offer? I just don't come through and say, yo, let me tell you this and let me tell you that. I have to catch myself sometimes because who am I to tell you what you should and should not be doing? Simone, something's out there that's not right. Can you turn on? I'm sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Sounds like something is mauling out there. I don't know if it's possums or raccoons or cats. I don't know. Something don't sound right. Apologies for that. I always say I like to catch myself and say, may I offer? Because you could tell me, no, I don't want to hear anything you got to say. And I'd be like, okay, I asked you if you wanted me to offer you some advice, offer you some words of encouragement, offer some chastisement. Sometimes I get heated and I'm gonna take ownership for this. Sometimes I get a little heated and I just pop off and I just tell people how I feel, you know. There's a certain person in here who actually knows me pretty well. Um, and she knows that she always tells me, you got the white coat on today or you gonna be straight because I don't want to hear the white coat. And I'm like, all right, hang up the white coat. So now I'm just regular degular me. But you have to take into an account sometimes of it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. So when you're offering people things, words of encouragement or chastisement or something, it's the way that you give it to them. You don't give people money and say, I gave you $100 the other day and did that. Nobody need to know that. That ain't nobody business. For real, for real. If you're giving somebody, make sure you're giving it from your heart, from a genuine place. Nobody need to know all of that. Like saying I do readings for people. I don't need to go out here and tell people what happened. That ain't that you are when you step in that realm and just conduct yourself like that across the board, you're a priest, man. You take an oath. You cannot go against universal law and tell people's business like that. You can't do it. You're going to reap what you sow with that. You can't, you're a priest, man. People are coming to you in confidence. That's how we should treat our friendships. People are coming to us in confidence. And that's where you stand. No matter how mad you get at them and you want to just throw out shit about them because you're angry in your angry space, and now you're going to just tell everybody's business. Nah, man. If somebody comes to you and they're talking to you and you're actually being genuine with them, you hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? Or take it and rip it up and throw it in the bin. However you want to discard that information about that other people, but you don't dangle that over nobody's head. Come on, man. We better than that. Just make sure that whatever you do for people, make sure it's genuine. All right. Number 7, I live in truth. How many people can raise their hand and say that they really live like that? I don't. I don't live in truth because I don't live in truth because I may not want to hurt somebody's feelings, or I feel that I'm going to be ridiculed, or people are not going to like me, or I might not be popular, or all kinds of stuff for people who don't want to live in their own truth. I'm working on this every day. I have to work on my delivery. I'm a little harsh sometimes. I know it's hard to believe, right? But I'm a little harsh sometimes. But I'm also very soft too. And I try to live in my truth. I try to look at things for what they truly are and not what I think that they're supposed to be. Thinking what is supposed to be, looking through things with rose colored glasses at the core. Everybody has different lenses. You and I could see the same thing, and then you'll see it and perceive it one way, and I'll see it and perceive it another way. But who's telling the truth? You understand? It's a truth to us. Everybody sees things differently. And you have to recognize that in people. Just because you perceive it one way doesn't mean that they perceive it the same way. At the end of the day, they're looking at it one way, you're looking at it another way, the third person and seeing it somewhere else. But you're all still living in the truth. See things for what they are. Be in your truth. See things for what they are, not what you perceive them to be, not the way you want it to be, or what you think the fairy tale will be. You got to live in the present. Open up your eyes and see what's in front of you. And in some cases, you can't even trust what you see in front of you. You got to look past that facade and go like 3 or 4 layers in to get the real truth. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Live in your truth. Ooh, I could do a whole segment on truth. Number 8, I regard all altars with respect. People don't understand spirituality, so they'll come in your house and they be like, "What's that? You got the candles, you got this, you got that. Are you doing witchcraft?" What? No, I'm honoring my ancestors in my way, or I'm honoring something that I believe to be true. This is the way I express myself. So who are you to come through the gate and to be disrespectful for what people have set up? People have altars in their house and don't even realize they got an altar in their house. What do you think all those photos on the walls are? Hmm? They're photos on the wall. But guess what? That is your interpretation of an altar. You're giving homage to people that have passed away in your life. You understand? So who are you to say? You have a nice little setup with candles and photos on the table, and people are automatically looking at it like, what? What? It's just a table with candles and pictures on it. That's another way of altars. You know? Regard all altars with respect. If you don't understand, ask the question. Ask the question. Number 9, speak with sincerity. Be sincere when you talk to somebody. I'm working on that too. Be sincere. Sometimes I could be real when I talk to people. And then I have a softer side where I can be, understanding. But in all respect, I try to be sincere in what I say. I ain't trying to sugarcoat anything. But there's some cases I have to be soft. So speak with sincerity. Speak from your heart. Speak with compassion. Speak with love. If somebody's angry, remember that that has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. That's one of the lessons that I had prior to about self-love. If somebody talks to you and speaks to you out of pocket, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They're just projecting, okay? They're screaming and yelling about things that they see. Has nothing to do with you. Keep that in your mind when you hear somebody yelling at you or speaking to you out of pocket. Doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. Just because you retreat does not make you weak. It makes you stronger because you can get down in the gully with them too. You can get down in the gully with them too. But where to what end is it gonna keep going? Keep talking and talking and talking and screaming and yelling and da 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 da. The only thing it does is make you harms you physically, makes you lose your voice, high blood pressure, headaches, all of that for what? For what? Because his words, they're projected, man. You gotta let that shit go. For real. But you ain't got to be that way. You can speak with sincerity. You can sincerely tell them, I don't fuck with you no more. Sincerely. Sincerely. No harm, no foul. Doesn't mean that I don't have to, scream and yell and say all of that. I wish you the best. And speak that and wish them the best with sincerity. If you tell somebody that you love or like them or care about them, you're going to feel that. Those people can feel those words from your heart. We have to learn how to speak with sincerity, including myself. Number 10, I consume only my fair share. This has everything to do with greed. Everything to do with greed. Everything is so excessive. When we do stuff excessively. When you ever go to the store when you're hungry and then you just start buying up all of the stuff because you're hungry and you get home and you eat 10 bites and the rest of it is just sitting there. That could have been a meal for a homeless person. You understand? You consume only your fair share. You take only what you need. Everything else is excessive. Everything else is excessive. Unless you're going to take that and you already know that you have a plan for what you're going to do with that excess. Okay? Number 11, I offer words of good intent. Okay. We talked about this. I'm going to let that sit right there because you already know. I offer words of good intent. If you don't have nothing nice to say, you know what they say back in the day. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. The problem is that we say too damn much. You know what I mean? We say too damn much. So be nice to people, man. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. And if there's nothing nice that you have to say or anything that you have to do, then step out of it. Step away from it. Number 12, the last one we're going to do tonight. I relate in peace. You relate to others in peace. You relate to your higher self in peace. You relate to what in peace? Your actions in peace. Your words in peace. Your mind is in peace. You relate in peace. Relationships in peace. All the ships, friendship, relationships, kinship, all the ships. Are you relating to those in peace? If somebody can get you so wound up that you can't that you're out of pocket, then they don't serve no purpose in your life. Where's the peace at? Like I told you before, this is a work in progress. See things for what they truly are. Anything that does no longer serve you, get rid of it. Get rid of it. We keep saying that we're trying to do better and live in peace and try to relate in peace and do things in peace. Hey, I come in peace. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's like we just right back in the cycle again. When you gonna get off of that merry-go-round, that Ferris wheel? When you gonna get off the cycle? You have to decide what you're gonna do. Do you want to live in peace? Do you want to relate to people in peace? Or you just rather straddle the fence and be like, okay, it feels better to be. Yeah, it feels better to be in this. You're right, wise woman. You're absolutely correct. It sounds very simple, but it's hard to enact. It's very hard to enact. So I'm going to stop talking for a little while. Anybody who wants to come up to the panel, speak, please. Like I said, this is an open panel tonight. I'm going to take down my little thing. I thank you so much for listening to this lesson right now. Like I said, this is a part 1. I'm going to be covering the next 12 affirmations, probably in the next couple of days until we get through all of them, because I think, like I said, this is very important for us to do right now. We need to know where we stand and how we can make things better and what we can meditate on. All right. And I'm going to open it up. Anybody who wants to come up, please do. At this time, if you want to talk, you know, this is family, man. This is home. This is home. So I'm going to take down my little thing because only you can change your life. I thought that was so cute. All right, so let's get rid of that. Okay, no overlays anymore. We back. Anybody want to come up? You want me to drop the link again? I'll drop the link. All right. Come on up now. Oh, I keep doing. Hey, girl.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, boo.
I was in
Welcome.
out. Hey, how you doing?
I
You can hear
love you
me?
too. Thanks for so much for coming. I can.
Oh, okay, because I'm cleaning and cooking at the same time.
Well, that's good. What you saying? What's good? What's good?
Oh no,
What do
I
you
was just
think
listening.
about? What do
What
you
I was.
think about what we were talking about?
I understand what you were saying, and I mean, I got it from a different. I look at it from a different perspective personally.
Okay.
When it comes to the 42 laws of Ma'at, we talked about it behind the scenes, and it's like a
Mm,
lot of stuff that I'm not knowing, and I am knowing
mm,
because I'm just being me. And that's what the 42 laws about is about with my eye is really just being you.
okay.
And that's how I take it. Like it's just being you. And I understand like I don't want people to get the perspective of you just like, we gotta always be light because at
No,
the end of the day, I also have negative parts of her. You understand that we shouldn't follow. So everything is about balancing it out, and because we have the 42 laws of Ma'at, which come from the universe. These is the universe. This is why Ma'at is so important to the universe and to why we all must follow those rules and what you were saying. But I do have different. It's a lot. It's a lot. Can't really explain all of it right now.
yeah, I was kind of talking to the energy of Mayat before the goddess of Mayat,
Yeah,
and
I heard you. You was doing a good
bringing it
job.
back to, yeah,
You was. And that's something we all, and it's all about morals. Basically, it's about morals. Like what you were saying, you
no,
don't have nothing good to
exactly.
say, don't say nothing at all. But at the end of the day, you also like you got to protect yourself. So if somebody is coming against you, there's nothing wrong with addressing people. Just don't match their energy if they want to talk. You're not going to sit there and talk about the dead people. You're not going to sit there and talk about children. You understand? But there's always another way to do things. But you do have to defend yourself. I don't want people to get in this concept of I just got to be all light like, oh, I'm just this not no, because then how do you balance that out? You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm learning on my journey. Like, how do you balance that out? I wanted to ask you that because I hear you saying, and I hear people and I was even like that, like, oh, I'm just this nice person, and I am a nice person. I have morals. You understand? I just have this energy in me that I really respect people. Even the people I just be trying to ask myself is how do I love people that hurt me so much in my life or people around me that betray me? And I still love these people. Like I don't have me personally when it comes to my you know philosophy on things and my concept. And I want people to understand you make your own concept up. You make your own with the energy of my eye. What's right and wrong for you within you because sometimes we can't what's right and wrong for within you. What might be right for you might not be right for me, but we're not going to go into it as far as like disrespecting each other. You get what I'm saying? If y'all
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying,
I
because
do understand what you're saying.
yeah, people get it confused like, oh, I'm just going by my experience and what I always felt in my heart. And I just be sitting here like, how the hell do I love these people? And these are the same people that may have hurt me, and you think that I'm supposed to be evil to them, but I can't find a bone in me to be evil and malicious, you know? Even if I'm
Yeah,
saying things, it's like that balance, and it's like, whoo, girl. And it's not easy. It take practice, but once you already who you are within yourself, and you just got this, concept of how you treat people is how you want to be treated. So if you cursing somebody else, don't mean that you are in a bad or low frequency. It don't mean that you're mean. It don't mean that you did God work wrong. It don't mean that you wrong for doing it. I need people just to really be them, but have morals. What is morals to you? What is right or wrong within you? Because what might be right, we all know the concept of nobody should be talking about dead children and dead people. We know that for a fact, right? Don't mean that you can't say anything else or you understand you at the end of the day we all got some warriors in our family, our ancestors. We all got warrior energy in us, most of us. So
yeah,
you can't just always be this energy of, oh, I'm, because then if you this light being, you're a light being, but if you just this person that, all right, they said fuck you, and I'm not gonna say, I'm just using this as an example, a sample. They say fuck you, and you not going. How's somebody gonna say fuck you, and then you feel like I'm not gonna say fuck you that because I don't want to feel like I'm breaking the law to the universe. Nah, you're not. If it's fuck you, it's I'm sorry, Michelle. I don't mean to curse on your panel. If it's forget you, if it's forget me, it's forget you. But what I'm not going to do, if you say my child is this, I'm not going to say that to your child back. I know that that's the wrong thing to do. And if somebody make you do that, then you done gave somebody your energy and went outside of yourself. When you know in your heart that is wrong, and that means that you are working in your ego. If that makes sense, what I'm trying to explain to y'all.
that
So
makes
I
sense.
wouldn't. I wouldn't say match somebody energy either, right? Like, we be like, oh, I'm gonna match that person. I usually say that too. I'm gonna match the same energy they giving me. Yeah, I will match that energy. So if you're saying forget me, I'm gonna say forget you. But if you're telling me, if you're saying F your child, I'm just using these as a sample. If you're saying fuck that child, that I wish your child dead, I'm not going to scoop that low because of my moral and my philosophy in life and how I see things. I know within myself that is so wrong to say. And yes, it feel good to say, well then F you and your kids. You understand? It feel good to say that because again, you are feeding your ego. So yeah, it feel good, but you have to use it in a whole nother way because now you done took outside of yourself, knowing you done broken the law within you. Your law, which your law for yourself, what boundaries that you got for yourself. And personally, that's what I've been working on to understand my boundaries for myself, what I would say and what I would not say to somebody, regardless of how hard it may feel. Or I just, because sometimes we let the ego. You understand? I did it. I let my ego sometimes get in the way, and I'm like, nah, man, fuck you and your kids, like, and it's like, damn, I don't want to say fuck the children, but where do we cross that line? Where do that, like how do we change that perspective on things? Because some people is out here, and I'm understanding a lot of people' perspective, and I just want people to know when you do that, you are breaking your own law, not just the law to the universe. You understand, but you're breaking your own law. You just know what's right and what's wrong, and that's not really a law. That is not really a law. That's just being of like that's just being you. That's just being a person that have a good heart space. If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Yeah, Maya, that makes sense because everybody see things differently. This is just a foundational energy to work with, something that you can try to incorporate in your life. Everybody falls short every day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody falls short. And if somebody, like I said before, the values of welcome, wise woman. I wanted to say hello, sweetheart.
Hey, wise
Um,
woman.
but
Thank
if you
you for
know what I'm
hey,
saying,
hi.
everything is not taken, it's part of self love too. You know what I'm saying? You don't have
Exactly.
to deal with that, but you do have to balance it out. So, as long as you have foundational principles that you can fall back on to know that these energies were there for universal use, then that's what you use them for. How you use them is up to you, you know?
Right, because it's within you. Everything is within you. So you create, you decide what's right is what's wrong. You got to decide that you know already within yourself, like this is not right. And so again, the ego will just come up and creep up on you. You be like, well, and just like the 42 laws of my eye, it have a negative and it have a positive. But everything in life, even the universal law, have a negative and a positive. And you got to balance both of those energy out. And I want people to understand, do y'all know the meaning of the law of when they tell us not to curse? Do anybody know what that meaning is when they say not to curse?
Well, I know personally when I speak of curse, like I tell my daughter, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, wise woman.
We can hear you, love.
Now, see, you have two versions of cursing, and this is what I tell my daughter. You're 16. You're gonna say the words, the fu, the b's, the a words. Those are still man-made words. Although we've turned them into bad words, they're still man-made words nonetheless. Curse words are when you are can't, trying,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
doubting yourself and your higher self, in a sense, bringing
No,
those
you on point. Yes, it is. You on point. It's even calling somebody stupid, retarded, preying on their downfall. That is curse. Yes.
right.
Yeah, you are absolutely right what you're saying. Because when we would look at it, we looking at it as like, oh, you're calling me a bitch, you cursing me. No, that's not it. That's not a curse. It's really
Right.
not. So
So,
exactly, you on point what you're saying, wise woman.
so if I hear my daughter in her room talking to her friends and she's like, oh shit, and I
I
let her
don't say
slide.
nothing.
I let her slide because I have to respect the position I played when I was her age and give her that same opportunity to experience. But if I hear her say certain other words, I might go knocking at her door and open that door and have to straighten her.
Yeah, my daughter, Tyler, be in here cursing, right? Like as like, oh shit. And I don't get mad because I understand like at that age, and I just feel like, oh shit is not a curse word, how they made us think that it was a curse word. It's really not. Now if I hear my child saying, I teach Tyler not to say, do not call nobody retarded. Do not call nobody, don't talk down on that. That's cursing when you talk down on somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't let her say certain words, but don't get me wrong, I don't want her in the room like, fuck you, bitch. No, don't do that. You understand? But when they say, oh shit, and then these kids hear us curse. So it's like, I'm not going to
Mhm.
chastise. I'm gonna let my daughter know what's right or wrong, but I be considering curse word when you really talk down on somebody. Because words are power, they say, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when somebody call me a bitch, to be honest, it don't bother me because a bitch is a queen cat, a cat that's a queen. If you go back into the Egyptian time,
Yeah.
a female cat, bitch is a female cat, a
And
female queen.
that's a part of protecting your energy and understanding that a lot of people use these terms and these phrases to trigger each other, to get each
Yeah.
other
Hmm.
upset, to poke at you, to get a reaction out of you, and they want the absolute worst reaction.
Exactly. Yep, you're right. I'm gonna mute while you talk, wise woman, because I got the water running.
I'm so glad you came up, wise woman.
Oh, yes, yes. I have a lot to say in that field of anger and scratching and going back and
Oh,
forth and different relationships, friendships, family, parents, relationship, and the past, even my own child. But, you know, I think sometimes because we're caught up in this loop slash matrix, we like to give ourselves excuses as to why things are okay. And it's okay. We all have a process. We all have scratching moments. We all get angry. But I think it's important to keep in mind that with change, you have to move different. So
you
if you
do.
want change, you have to be the change. You have to do different. And it might be okay to come back at that person because they said F you, and I could say F you back. But there's also other things I can say back. There's also different reactions I can give. But we are so caught up in thinking that it's okay to react that way because we're giving up our power if we don't. But it's actually the opposite. You give up your power when you do. And you got to learn, like you said earlier, people are doing these things because they're breaking it.
But do
They're
you know you
making
give up your
decisions.
power when you don't say nothing?
But I didn't say you don't say
No,
nothing.
I know I didn't say you said it. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, do you know that we give up our power when we don't say nothing? Because guess what? If you don't defend yourself, it don't even have to be that. You could just whatever, just like you want to do something and you decide not to do it because you're listening to other people. Oh, I don't think you should take this job, and then I don't think that you should be with this person. And by you not going following what you feel, you are giving up your power. That's how you are giving up your power.
But
So
see, you don't have to react. Because see, one thing my mom used to always tell me, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
why
Ain't
you
what you
can't
do, it's
react?
how you do it. So
Why is it wrong to react?
you can react and you
I
can
don't
get
agree with that.
because you can react, but you don't have to react by saying fuck you. Can you find another alternate way to get your point across? Because
Why you can't say why I'm not I'm just we're gonna have a debate right now. Why you can't say fuck you? Not a curse word. Why you can't? Somebody say fuck you. Why you can't? At that moment, you may feel good. That may make you feel good, and you can walk away and say, "Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you say." There's nothing wrong with saying fuck you back to somebody, but you not going to the degree of you degrading them.
what point, what did you learn and what lesson did you give to the other person? How is that making you grow?
I'm
What are
not
you
here to
getting with that?
always give. I'm not here
Because, but
to
see, you
always
have to
give to my.
listen. You also have to listen, Maya, because if you make a statement, you have to allow me
Mm-mm.
because a debate is just that. You allow a person to talk and get their point off, then you switch it and let that person do the same. Your view doesn't necessarily have to be mine, and my view doesn't have to be yours. But see, it's not about right or wrong. That's the problem why a lot of people get into it, because everybody wants to be right, nobody wants to be wrong.
But
But
that's what I'm saying to you.
where is the understanding for each other? What
But that's
about
what I'm saying to you.
understanding each other without
Okay.
fussing and cussing and breaking
That's what
each
I'm
other
saying
down?
to you, wise woman. And you saying, why do you have to be right or wrong? And I'm just trying to say to you, listen to what you just said. Why it got to be a right or wrong? So by somebody saying fuck you, that got to be wrong? That's not wrong. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
But you
so
just
then
said
you're
the
not
same
looking
thing.
for real change. You want to be exactly
How
who
do that?
you are.
How that?
And
All right, let me let you talk. I apologize. Go ahead.
okay, so you speak of wanting change, growth, and betterment, but you
Okay.
want to continue to behave the same way. Now,
No,
I'm
that's not
not
hanging the
saying,
same
but
way.
you have to listen. You're not listening. Now, if you want to behave the way you want to behave, then you continue to behave that way. But if you want to preach about change, growth, being sincere and genuine, it starts with self. And in
And that
order
with
to be
self and
changed,
change is how
in
you feel
order
within
to change your
yourself.
behavior, in order to change, you have to change your behavior to yourself and the energy you allow to bring to yourself. There's
Oh,
no way around that. There's a difference between defending yourself, fussing, cussing, saying F you, just like I'm coming at you and I'm talking with passion and aggressive. I'm not saying fuck you. I'm not saying shut the fuck up, Maya. Listen, you don't fucking listen. No, I'm just speaking with you with a sincere tone and with passion to let you know that this is my view. If you want to create change, you have to change. If you want to stay the same, that's okay too. But
but
don't
just
go
by you
around
saying
talking about you want change, you want growth, you want
that,
healing, but you're not changing your behavior
I don't have to. I don't feel like people
because
have to
another
listen.
person won't do it. Because another person won't do it. So if they said fuck you, you say fuck you. If they say I love you, you say I love you. There's
No,
no
that's not what
middle.
I'm saying.
You're
You're
following
taking it.
suit.
You're taking it. I'm telling people, I'm saying this. I change every day of my life. Yes, some things are just who I am. And I accept that for who I am. But I'm not malicious. I'm not out here trying to hurt nobody. I'm not intentionally manipulating nobody. I'm not trying to take nobody into. But if somebody is coming against me and they are saying, F you, I'm just using F you as a figure of speech. If somebody is saying F you, and I feel like I want to say F you back. Yes, I am. Yes, you have. Just because I don't deliver it in the same way that you want, don't make it look like it's
That's
the
the
right
way
or the
you
wrong
choose.
way.
And that, no, I did not say that. I did not say
You
that.
said
Anything about
you
wrong or
know
right,
what's
it's
right.
about understanding. And I just need for you to understand that it's okay for you to react, Maya, but you have to
I'm not
understand
saying
that
that you are saying that, wise
you
woman. You're
won't
taking it like
even listen, sweetie.
I am listening to you, but you're not letting me
Well,
talk either because I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna
break
be
it down because
quiet.
you're saying
I'm
one thing.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
quiet and I'm gonna let you get your point off.
no,
And then
I'm all
when
right,
you
baby. You
finish,
got
I'm
it.
gonna speak because
Okay,
Why
okay,
was
okay,
it?
okay.
You
yeah,
got it, baby. I'm just trying to. I heard something you said, and I felt like you kind of contradicted yourself. I caught it, and you said,
so
"What? While you
explain
saying
it.
f you,
Explain it.
you said
Explain
you
it.
woman. You
Go ahead.
said you. All right, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm all right.
No, you have to explain it. If I
No, you
contradicted
can't
I
let
myself,
was
it
that's a
go.
saying
part
it,
of
and then you
growth.
jumped in, and you was like, "No, my," and I was trying to break it down, but you're not gonna understand or understand what I'm saying. So I
So
was
break
just
it
trying to. I
down,
was
Maya.
really trying to explain because you contradicted yourself, and I was saying maybe I don't put things the way you would understand it or the way you expect me to say it, but I was saying that we were saying the same thing. But you was like, "Oh," I said, if people want to say just because somebody say "f you," don't mean that they ain't trying to change or they not changing because they choose to use their words. Yes, certain things you just don't say. I wouldn't say for me. Some
See,
people
you
may
just
say
don't
certain things.
understand. Sweetie, you don't understand what I'm saying because you're so
No,
caught up
you're not
emotionally
understanding
in
what
it.
I'm not.
But
Don't
you,
please don't
All right,
project
all
on
right,
me.
all
Don't
right.
do that,
Okay,
wise
okay,
woman.
okay.
Don't project
I'm
on me, please.
But
Don't
you
do
won't
that.
Okay.
listen either,
I'm gonna
Maya.
No,
step
you
in the
know,
gate.
first of all, I don't
Step
like
in
how
the
you
gate.
telling me I don't listen because obviously I could say you're
Because
not
you're
listening
not
to me
listening,
and
and
I
that's
see things different from how you see things. But
I
I'm
can't.
trying to understand when I heard you say
Well, I
that.
can't be offended because you're offended. That's your
All
I'm
feeling.
not
right.
offended. I didn't say nothing about being offended. I talk
Listen
with
at your
aggressive.
tone. Listen
I'm
at
not.
your
I can't
tone.
control the way I talk. I'm not offended.
Listen at
You
your
didn't say
tone.
anything wrong, girl.
I've been there.
All
I've
right,
been
no,
there.
Maya.
Michelle. I'm gonna drop down, okay,
I've
Michelle,
been
because
there.
I'm not gonna let this do my energy right now. I'm not because I'm not coming at wise women. I'm not doing none of that. I was
She's
trying to
not
let her know
saying
what
that,
she said.
Maya.
But you
No,
She's
gotta
not
what you
saying
mean
that.
she's
listen.
not
You
saying that?
have to
When she said
listen.
what
Because
she said about the fuck you, and I said to her, you are contradicting yourself because I said again, there's no right or wrong. Just by somebody saying fuck you don't mean that
I
they
don't
ain't
argue.
changing.
I don't argue in real life anymore, and I'm not gonna do it with you, especially you. I'm not.
I'm
It's just
not
not gonna
arguing
happen.
with you,
It's not
sweetie.
gonna happen.
Arguing with
I
listen,
you.
want you to
listen.
listen to
Y'all
me
not
as
gonna
well.
project. First of all, you're not gonna project that on me because I'm not arguing with you.
But you're
I'm
not
really not.
listening either, and you're very
You're not
loud
listening because
and
when I'm
aggressive.
not chopped, you know what? You enjoy your night. Bye, Michelle.
All right, wise woman.
I mean, it's just, one thing about me is if you know me, I speak on my view and I respect others. Nobody's perfect. Just because I don't say F you no more, I don't expect anybody else to do it. But I know for a fact that if you're really stepping into spirituality and you're really trying to dig deep and change, and I've heard her speak of that. A lot of people, they speak of wanting to change. They want to be this powerful entity as far as spirituality, but they don't, because see, spirit don't never let us down. Spirit has been having our back and constantly proving spirit self to us nonstop. But sometimes us people in the spirit world think that we don't have to do work to constantly prove to spirit that we're worthy of any gift or power that we may claim.
I
So I'm not.
understand that part, and I don't think that she was coming across from what I know of Maud, she wasn't really saying that because she works on herself every day
No, yeah,
to
yeah,
try
yeah.
to
I think
balance
she's
herself
just.
out. I
I
think you
understand
guys were saying the same thing, except that you guys are just
exactly,
saying it in different ways. That's all.
and I'm letting her know that it's okay to react that way. But in the same breath, if you want different energy in those types of situation, it's not going to start with the other person. It's going to have to start with you.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
everything is
I'm a
from
giant
inside.
in this world. I'm a beast right now, real time. I'm a giant and I'm a beast, and I do not scratch, fuss, cuss anymore. That's my choice. I did that not for other people. I did that for me because I need my
Mhm.
energy to be balanced. I need to be able to see and think clear at all times. So I'm not saying that she needs to do that to grow and heal, but a lot of times if that's what we preach and want so much is change, betterment, growth, healing, the only way any of that is possible is change in behavior, in mindset, in heart space. There's no other way.
But everybody perceives that differently, which is what we were talking about earlier. So how you may view it, she may view
For
it
me,
differently.
there's
It's
no
like,
other way. For her,
yeah,
she might see it differently. That's why I was trying to
yeah,
tell her, I'm not saying that you saying fuck you is a bad thing and you can't still be a good person and be spiritual.
no,
But
it's
at the
about
same
balancing
time,
because we're all trying to figure this out as we're going along, and we're all walking. Like I said, let me see if I can put this in a way.
but we have to put in
Um,
work in ourselves. We can't expect to just be
we
these
have to put in
spiritual
the work.
entities with all this power and we're just this great person in the spiritual world and we know so much and we're learning so much but we're not putting in work to the core of us. That's all I'm saying, because then you tap in even higher. Spirit allows you to see even clearer, and that we see that a lot of these people that come at us are just broken and hurt and have lost their way and have traumas and have had bad childhoods, have bad adulthoods. They don't know how to place the emotion and sometimes the ego. And I'm not talking about Maya.
No, everybody in general
in
has that.
general.
And
Yes.
and I'm like one of the worst offenders because I'm like an
Me
oxymoron. Like a
too.
lot of people ain't walking around. We all
Me
striving to do
too.
better. And if somebody comes out and says, like, using her analogy, fuck you, yeah, you can have at that moment, you can either match that energy or you could say it in a different way, like, girl, I ain't fucking thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. But
That's
it's a
right.
matter of keeping it, yeah, it's a matter of keeping it pushing. It's how it's not. I was raised like you,
And
like
I
you
didn't
said.
even get to ask her that because she wouldn't let me talk. But I had a really genuine question. Is it a fuck you and rah, rah, rah? Or is it a fuck you and I'm on about my business? And see, I
I think,
genuinely have questions too, because if we have different views as goddesses, we can build off of each other. It's not about wrong or right. With me, if you know me, I preach this till I turn blue in the face. It's not about being wrong or right. Everybody's wrong and right. It's about understanding. And that's what I was trying to get from her, for her to understand me and for me to understand her.
yeah, we have to work on speaking out one at a time, but everybody gets so passionate in what they're saying. I'm the
Yeah.
same way too.
And
When I
that's
get sad, but
understandable.
I was listening to the both of you, and you guys were both saying the same thing, but saying it differently. And you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's just like,
I
and
think
it's like,
I think she
yeah,
thought I was saying something different, but I was trying to tell her I agree with you. That's your
yeah,
way. There's nothing
right.
wrong about that. But I that's why I wanted to ask a question now. If it is
Yes,
a fuck,
Erica, I'm reading the comments. I'm reading your comments, Erica. I am. I see you, doll. I see you. Um,
but I think the
I'm
most
sorry.
important thing is to have a dialect. We can't be worried about being wrong or right. We really have to learn how to start to try to understand each other.
Yeah, we
Because
do.
we
So I
all
thought
do
it
think
was at this time, in this time, that's why I feel it's so important to get the energy of Mayat and not the goddess of Mayat, but the
yeah.
energy of, because that's our foundation that we came from. That is our moral set. Just like you have the Israelites who have the Ten Commandments. We were already given the commandments or given us a sense of an outline of morality. Not saying that you have to stick to those morals, but try to get to a close as possible. You don't have to be love and light all the time. We're never all love and light at the same time. You understand? We definitely have to balance. Yes, we do have to understand ourselves as well. You're right, Erica. And we're growing to learn how to do that. That's about shadow healing, which I will be talking about later on. I do have somebody coming up to demonstrate that and having another subject matter expert. I'm digressing a second, wise woman. And another person who can help from a clinical point of view for those who are struggling with shadow healing. We have to shadow heal, and a lot of this stuff brings up and dredges up a lot of different things for people, different triggers and stuff. But we have to learn how to like take a deep breath sometimes and step backwards. There's no wrong and right. As long as you're trying to do right, you ready? Yeah, I am too. I was trying to give everybody tools on how to. Um, I don't know if you can see the comments, wise woman. Um, I think that a lot of people, I'm giving all these tools ahead of time because when we jump into the shadow healing, at least we have tools to utilize in order to balance ourselves out. And with the grand scheme of things, what's going on in the world, all over the world, and all of this chaos, I felt it was important for us to get back to some type of moral compass at this time because it's important. We need to have some foundational thing to work on, to meditate on, to try to incorporate that Mayat energy into our, going. So I chose to go with the affirmations first. I chose to go with the affirmations first because with the affirmations, it gives you a basis of the foundation of something to achieve that you can meditate and try to incorporate that into your peace, you know. But like you say, with light there's dark, and you definitely have to learn how to balance that as well. So I will be doing another set of the Ma'at affirmations soon. I thank you so much, wise woman, for coming up. Is there any other gems you want to drop on me and us?
No, I think the biggest thing that I really just want people to understand is that, when we're in these situations and these confrontations, we have to understand that we are all right, we're all wrong. It's not about being right or wrong. We just really have to try to understand each other, because that's where our power is going to come in, uniting. It's,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
definitely have to dig deep for ourselves and step into our higher selves and become one with our spiritual selves. But even more important than that, we have to unite together. We're not going to be the same, but we have to unite to come together, because it's a spiritual warfare out here,
It is, and it's real. It's real.
and it's very
And
real. It's very scary.
it's real, real. It's real, real.
And I do want
And
to say to Maya, if she's listening or if she's going to watch the replay, um, you know, it's funny that, how you could root for someone behind their back and they don't even know how much you root for them.
I'm sure we all do. I root for so many. I just like, you know what? I always like to see my melanated people do better,
Yes,
and all of that. Um, thank you, Erica. I appreciate you. I really do.
Erica.
Um, I'm so glad she popped in.
Yes, I love
Um,
Erica.
I just want to, have a safe space where we can have this dialogue in
Yeah.
peace. But
And
I definitely want people to um allow the other one to speak and not speak over each other, even though how passionate we. And I
right.
will be keeping more order in my page as well. But I try to, like, you know what I'm saying, because I know that everybody has to get what they're saying. Because when you get the thought in your mind, it's like you got to get it out. You got to get it out. You got to get it out. And I know because I'm like that. I'm that
Yeah.
person. And
Yes.
I work on that every day. I try to work on my listening skills as well,
Yes.
and trying to tiptoe on how to say things out. I know I could be a very blunt person, and a lot of people be taken aback from that because they don't expect it from me. But those who know
Me
me,
too.
know I'm like that. For real,
Me
for real.
too.
I'm really like that.
And I've calmed
And
down so much, but I am also very much a beast. Just in a
yes,
different way now.
child. Yes, child.
Mhm.
So I am really excited about this. This is going to create some really good dialogue. Like I said, this is around the primordial energy of Maya. And
Mhm.
then later on, when we get down in the series, when we start going over Kemet and the actual different gods and goddesses and what they represent, then we can build on that. So I thought it's very interesting. Kemet is very interesting and how much of synergy that we have with that right now, and how important it is to incorporate those primordial gods and goddesses in our spirit team because we learn so much from them. So
Right.
I thank you so much for coming up on the panel. I love you so much, and I'm so
I
excited
love
about
you.
tomorrow and what
Very
that's going to
excited
look
about
like.
you.
And what that's going to look like. But it should be
Okay.
interesting.
It should be interesting, but hey, it's all for good intent and good purposes. It has these
Yeah,
are conversations that need to be had, topics that need to be discussed. We're all human,
yeah.
I pop in and get my tea from all these content creators, but this is needed. This is necessary. It's real out here. When you
Yeah, and
click
I
off
want it
of
to be a safe space. I really do want it to be a safe space because you're home. I say welcome home and relax. Come in here and have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? But we're
right,
all going to be saying it, respectful. and
Absolutely.
I stand on that. So I thank you again for coming through. And Erica, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you. I hope you guys got something out of this tonight with the lesson that I put together. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, doll.
All right.
I'm gonna do my outro and we're out, doll. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I really truly appreciate you for stopping by Blended Healing tonight. Um, I love you all from a genuine space. I really do. All of us um, are a piece of the cog. Somebody's a hand, somebody's a finger, somebody's a toe, somebody's a foot, somebody's an arm, somebody's a leg. And you put us all together and we're all one. And we're all learning how to heal in our own way. And I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. This is a safe space for everybody to come by to learn, grab a couple of jewels on your way. We're going to have some debates. We're going to have some insights. We're learning from each other. We're healing with each other. You know, we have to have um, respect for each other. We have to come from a place of love. Not everything is going to be light. You know, we've been battling dark for so long, you know, but I just want to know that, let you all know that you are truly, truly, truly blessed, truly blessed and highly favored. And you are welcome, a part of my Blended Healing family at all times. My door is always open. Whether I'm on YouTube, Instagram, you can find me. You just shoot me a message and say, I just want to talk. I'm available to you at all times. So, with that, I'm not going to drag it out any longer. I appreciate y'all. I love you from a genuine space. And with that, y'all be blessed and make sure that y'all be a great day tomorrow, all right? Love you.